Hello, friends, Diva Corja, and welcome to Best of Raw, the Monday Night Raw review from Wrestless podcast, where we compare, congratulate, and critique all spots high and low from bell to bell, from ringfall to pinfall. And now, for your ears, that would be graced by normally a phenomenal foursome, this time a terrible threesome of three of the best analysts around. It'll be coming for you first. It is your host with the most, coming from coast to coast. Coming live from his humble abode is yours truly, Jeff Cootie. I am joined by two lovely individuals. I've got to go first. Your Smacky B general manager. He is the dirty dog of Drogheda, the Navan Knob Nosher, the wanker from Westmeath, the weary Waterford waster, my cranky, crude, competitive confidant, the second best there is, the second best there was, and the second best there ever will be, the self-proclaimed one and only Mr. Sean Marody. And our second and this time final co-host. He is your AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite General Manager. He is the pinner of all podcasters, the trainee sensation that is sweeping the nation, the crusher of Kells, the renowned ruler of roll-ups, the mauler for me. He is the jock master, David, the killer, Kerwin. Boys, how are we doing? Sean, I'll go to you first, mate. How you feeling this morning after Monday Night Raw last night?
Well, Raw was a snooze fest, quite literally. No offense to it. Watched SmackDown, watched Raw this past week, and one was fine. One made me just realize, okay, well, I'm glad I watched the Super Bowl over both of these. Okay, that. Yeah, I don't have much to say. I'm still very tired.
Lovely stuff. David, how are you feeling, my friend?
I'm feeling grand. Much like Sean, I still have to watch the Super Bowl. Go Birds.
Wait, I forgot something.
Fuck Taylor Swift. Yeah.
Diggy, shut the fuck up.
There we go. Nice abuse to Alexa
nice.
there. Yeah, look, lovely Super Bowl vibes for the three of us. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I myself watched the whole 15 minutes. And that the whole 15 minutes was simply K-Dot, and it was delightful.
They not like us.
Yeah. Fact about it, Drake getting shouted at by a whole stadium and the millions and millions watching at home. You'll have to see it. Well deserved. He is well and truly in the mud. But to wrestling, I suppose. Before we kick into Raw, I do just want to go over some sad news. Of course, a couple of batch releases, one from the Fed, a couple releases from AEW, and we might just give a quick little thought on where we think some of the more prominent names will be going that aren't already kind of destined. So obviously for WWE, there's a batch release. There was Duke Hudson from NXT, AOP and Paul Ellering, Cedric Alexander, Sonya Deville, Blair Davenport, the Good Brothers, Isla Dawn, Giovanni Vinci, and Elektra Lopez. So we'll go through the WWE ones first. Hudson, strange one. From all accounts of people who actually watch NXT, he seemed to be one of the most interesting things on it. So it's a bit weird they got rid of him.
It is, but just knowing through some of the lore, I think he's one of the guys probably heading to New Japan because he used to be part of the MDK, the original version.
Oh,
yeah,
fair. Okay, well he's got that kind of sorted. We've got, after Duke Hudson, AOP and Paul Ellering second time, if I remember correctly, getting released, which is. I enjoy AOP and I enjoy Paul Ellering. Obviously, they weren't doing much with Cross as of late. I think that kind of gave a nod to people. Cross had been doing a lot more stuff on his own, and he's been doing quite well with it. But I assume they might have a stint in New Japan just because they're big boys and they like their big boys over New Japan, as well as like they'll grind on the indies. They'll be fine for work. Like I don't see them, missing out.
When they got released the first time, it was an interesting case because they were going to apparently promote some shows that just never happened, and that just pissed people off.
Yes, yeah. Was that was the big show in the UK they were doing it in? Yeah. That big one, like 5-star wrestling vibes of like they were announcing like everyone and anyone. And then did they do Control Your Narrative stuff when they first left? I'm not sure if they did. But they feel like they. Yeah, like they feel Control Your Narrative. No offense, but they like kind of
big Q vibes, you know.
Yeah. Sean, any thoughts on AOP and Paul Ellering, mate?
I barely noticed when they left the first time. I barely noticed when they came back.
And you barely noticed when they left the second time.
Honestly, fucking, I feel like, the Fed should offer certain superstars before they leave the opportunity to join the 20 Skinny Men. And AOP would have fit in perfectly with them.
Especially with the upgrade the 20 Skinny Men got tonight, which we will go into, of course.
Yes!
Yeah!
Oh my God! Can we
Kerwin
say
was in there.
Congratulations, Kerwin, for making your Fed debut and sucking off. Who did he suck off yesterday? I can't remember.
Jay. It was Jay Uso.
Jay Uso, yes.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you, fucking. You've come a long way, my dude. Fucking, but not your flowers, they're being given to you.
I can't wait till his feud in 10 years with Jey Uso as world champion, where they cut back to that. It's going to be phenomenal work. After AOP and Paul Ellering, obviously Cedric Alexander, who we assume will go to Hurt People in AEW. I assume, Hurt Syndicate.
It's gotta be. Like, there is some complications with his wife, who, let's just say, did not leave on the best terms, and just leave it there. Nope.
Oh, yes, I forgot about his wife. Yeah, big swole, big pain in me hole. My God. But anyways, Cedric, I assume he will go from Uncle Ceddy to hurting people with the boys, which would be nice. But yeah, after that, Sonya Deville, which is
an interesting,
strange.
Yeah,
like I like Sonya. I thought she was good. Obviously, the PFC stuff, no one has really been a fan of. They've not really given anyone a reason to be a fan of it. But like Sonya Deville as a wrestler, I've enjoyed. Like, she's a solid kind of undercard to mid-card talent that you can put in there with a lot of people. But it'll be interesting to see what she does now. Where she kind of goes, maybe grind on the indies, and because she wasn't ever really a big indie girl, as far as I remember.
I see one big opportunity for her and someone else to make a lot of money, and that's bringing back was it Fire and Desire?
Oh yes, with remember Andy? Yeah, that I assume that's where they'll go. I mean, just for bookings, like you get bigger bookings, 2 former Fed girls, going out there. Sean, any overarching thoughts on your favorite women's wrestlers, Sonya Deville?
I mean, I'm not really surprised. The only good storyline she's had in the Fed is
Jesus Christ.
God damn it.
Come on, man. Come on. There's no need.
There is not.
I would like to express that the views of Sean Maroney are not that of the Wrestless podcast.
Okay.
So, moving swiftly on. Blair Davenport, nearly a member of the Secret Harvest, to the point where they had a whole gimmick done up for her, and then they got rid of her.
Nothing.
I think she's gonna go back to Stardom. From
she is. They have
Twitter.
already. The people from Stardom have already started tweeting out pictures of her, so I think she's going back immediately.
Yeah, you would think so. Which is
and they're on the up right now, so good time for her, I suppose.
Yeah, hopefully she can get a decent push. So then we have the Good Brothers, Brother Me Softly.
I think we all know exactly where they're going.
TNA baby. Real shame, because they're like a group who I feel have never really been given the opportunity to be themselves, bar like the beat up John Cena club vibes that they did with AJ, which was really fun.
Yeah.
Like, they're really entertaining guys, like, on the sticks. Carl's a great in-ring guy. Like, Luke, I like Big Lug, like, big fan of the boy. But like, really strange that they never got the chance to run with the ball, like, properly, because they're good brothers.
They're quite funny mid-card guys. I love them. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, they're good. They're good. Like, heater. Like, Carl's a good kind of lower henchman dude. Big Lug's a good heater,
Yeah.
Maroney, thoughts on the good broskies getting taken out?
Gallows, go to Turkey, come back, it'd be fine.
You can get deets from that ref.
You can get a lower taper fade.
Oh my God. Yeah, here with your kids speak, mate. But anyways, moving on from the Good Brothers, there was Isla Dawn, which
This
is
unfortunate.
did
yeah.
Alba get released as well?
No, she's still there.
Very weird. So the witches are split.
Yeah,
Shame for Isla.
I think she'd probably go back and do the British Indies. They seem to be doing well. Like there was a great show with Pro Wrestling Eve at the weekend,
Cool, yeah.
including my former wrestling classmate Anita Vaughn getting pedigreed by Will Ospreay while she was dressed up as Triple H.
Delightful. Delightful. Then we have Elektra Lopez taken away from Legado, which is strange one. I mean, she never really got a chance to do much, you know, Elektra. Not like she did bits in NXT, obviously, and like she'd been kind of with Legado, but never really got a chance to like flourish or do anything. So hopefully she can have time on the indies and kind of grind her there.
Yeah, apparently she used to team with Chris Statlander, so maybe there's an avenue there.
Oh, cool! I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't be against it. And finally, Giovanni Vinci is gone.
Oh, I think we're all just waiting for
Kaiser and Tiffany are happy. Oh my god, I can't wait. Giovanni shoot interview is gonna be peak. But I assume he'll do New Japan or something.
New Japan or TNA seems.
He feels like he feels like a kind of New Japan guy. El Fabian Eichner. Respect. Respect to the guy. Yeah. Let's to the more kind of, I suppose, more noteworthy releases. As I would argue, the three of these are kind of bigger names to a point. A couple of AEW releases, which I think it's fairly understandable where these two are going. Malachi is officially a free agent now. So obviously he had been let go from the company, but now his non-compete is up apparently. He can go anywhere he wants. Anywhere, which would be fucking
Elimination Chamber.
He's going back to his wife, like. But yeah, thoughts on Malachi coming back. Sean, I'll go to you first because I want to hear your thoughts on Aleister Black returning, which is, I assume, what's going to happen.
First things first, I just want to say about the Giovanni Vinci situation. It really is, one of those cases where it goes to show, keep your eye on the ball, because the second you start looking. But with regards to Malachi Black, I'm happy for him. The cook can be in the same room now to watch all his favorite Pyro, we'll say.
Oh yeah, really, really good thoughts from Sean there. Really glad we went with him. I was expecting maybe analysis of Malachi as a professional wrestler, but we got a different type of grappling thoughts from Sean. Karen, thoughts on Malachi Black coming back?
It's been an odd few years for the lad. I hope he gets what he wants out of this. Yep. I hope Triple H will give him something. Because, well, it's always a gamble going here, but you don't know really if you're going to get the same love as you thought you would when you go back. But I hope that he does well. Is my
I'm very excited because I'm an OG Aleister Black boy. Bring back his Code Orange theme, please. That would be phenomenal. Bring back the weird little raise up thing. I love that bollocks. That's phenomenal. And I assume he'll get a decent run. I mean, he's one of Papa H's boy. He made sure he wasn't embarrassed by taking a pin from anyone who wasn't employed by the Fed previously over in AEW. So he's kept his record clean, and I respect him for it. But hopefully he does well. Now on to the other two announced releases, who I would assume have non-competes at the minute, but they were announced as released from the company. Both of them are two guys we saw it coming. We were kind of just waiting for the announcement. Miro and Ricky Starks. Obviously this Ricky Starks saga has been going on for ever since he said Edge had bug eyes and then Edge buried him. So it's all Adam Copeland's fault.
I mean, you say that, then he went on to hold on to the tag titles for 4 months, and it wasn't actually a bad run. They
don't care about the tag belts. Nobody cares about tag wrestling in 2025. apparently. But no, yeah, Starks, I would assume is NXT bound into the main event scene there. Give it a bit of spice. I would assume Miro probably main roster return, maybe put him in NXT for a little bit.
Rusev,
yeah, big Rusev. So thoughts on Ricky Starks and or Miro? Probably going back to WWE.
Because him and CJ Perry split up now, does that mean Ricky Stark is going to get bumped in the next WrestleMania tank entrance?
Yes.
Okay, I'm up for it.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Sean. Kerwin, actual thoughts about Ricky Starks and Miro going back to the Fed?
Yeah, like Miro's probably the weirdest case because obviously they kept him really strong. Like he had probably one of the best title reigns in AEW history with his TNT Championship reign. After that, he just didn't do much. Like I think he came back twice and lost to Bryan. And then lost to...
He lose to Hobbs?
No, he didn't lose to Hobbs. He lost to... Because he dropped it to Sammy, disappeared, came back, got to the finals of the Eliminator tournament, lost to Bryan.
Great match, too, to be fair.
Disappeared for a very long time, came back at All In, lost to... Yeah, he beat Hobbs.
Yeah, that was All Out because they set it up in the All In pre-show.
Beat Andrade... And then both are now gone.
Yeah, shocker. Miro's last match, funnily enough, was also Andrade's last match, which was late 23. That was his last match.
He did not want to lose.
He really didn't. WCPW refused to lose. But, I hope all of these people who have been released find decent work and enjoy what they go on to do next. But to WWE Raw. Monday Night Raw was coming to you live from Bridgestone Arena in Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, baby. Very hot crowd, obviously, where kind of Mid-South came out. Like, there's a lot of history with wrestling and Nashville.
Double J.
Yeah, Double J. We got a lot of people from in and around the Nashville/Tennessee area. It's a big hotbed. Crowd was really hot tonight. Shock horror. A Monday Night Raw crowd is hot in the year of our Lord 2020. But yeah, we kicked off the way we've kicked off every show since I suppose he got over with it. Yeet Man comes out. Jey Uso. Jey Uso comes out. He's yeeting with the crowd. It's all good. He gets one kid out to yeet. That kid fucks it up. So he gets another kid out to yeet. And the other kid does it well. Fair play to him. You love to see it. So Jay's yeeting around, comes down, and then he runs it again because everyone loves to do the yeet. You respect it. I know people are a bit angry about Jey, so I'm not hearing it in the venues, so it's not real. But yeah, everyone's over for Jey. He's doing a second version of yeeting. He's up on the announce table. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee tell him to watch out. A rogue Gunther appears and swipes his legs from under him, starts beating him down, and takes out a child in the front row with his jacket. Gunther shooting on the kids in the front row, baby. Yeah.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah, I respect it. Gunther, because I love it because he threw it at Pat, and Pat was like, fuck that, and he ducked, and it like clocked the kid in the eye. It was so good. So Gunther continued to piss on the Yeet Parade, baiting the day one-ish out of Jey Uso, and also that kid. Then the skinny men must have been eating a lot of eggs and baby because they have formed from 20 skinny men. I assume 5 of them combined to make each of the 4 chunky men that came out to stop this. And one of them being David Kerwin. One guy looked to spit at goddamn David Kerwin. So respect, as we said before. Congratulations to Kerwin's debut at Monday Night Raw.
Thank you.
And as we discussed, me and Ronnie last night, one of the skinny fat men had gone to Turkey and got a lovely tan and lovely teeth and a weird hair. It's that one ref. I can't think of his name, but he's a strange little man. He has shades of Oompa Loompa about him. I don't respect it. So Gunther then continues beating down Jay, and then is backed up to the stage where he's shouting at Jay, telling him he's not worthy. Don't do it, Jay. You don't want this. Jay then goes, it's him and Gunther, him and Baby Luke at a WrestleMania. Gunther then charges back down, gets hit with a slap from Jay, and then a little tope to send down Jay, getting his heat back. So that is our first Mania 41 main event on the card, boys. How are we feeling about Jey Uso and Gunther this week? Maroney, I'll go to you first, my friend.
First of all, congratulations, Dave Kerwin. Oh, I never thought I'd see the day. I'm so proud of you. Now, remember, if you want any more chunky men, I hear there's new Dole merchants that have been released from AEW that you might be able to pick up. But yeah, with regards to the segment itself, Jey Uso being a bollocks, fucking, taking all the limelight for himself. He really is what we call a shit heel, fucking. The camera angle from which Gunther tripped Jay off the announce table was fucking hilarious, because he's just in the middle of eating and it looks like he just falls off, and then it cuts to, oh no, he's being pulled. Which I got a good chuckle out of it. Fuck that kid in the front row. I don't know what they did, but they deserved it, obviously. Honestly, Gunther should have fucking threw him a fucking clothesline or something as well. Just
powerbombed him on the apron.
Yeah, it's a good measure, like.
Whiplash.
Jay's promo skills are, as usual, subpar, but it doesn't matter because the boy is as over as fucking piping iron. And the match graphics for Mania 41 are fucking amazing.
Beautiful stuff.
Fucking amazing.
Talk about a match card, like it's gorgeous. It's absolutely pretty.
But, like, I'm a big fan from the graphics and shit. Fed have always been great at it, but fuck it. I know Jeff said he had mixed thoughts on it last night. I fucking love it. Like, I love it.
I'm with it now, because I think it was more so like I was watching and I was like, ooh, I don't know. And then like I took a second and I was like, do you know what? They're delightful. They're very nice. Very, very good stuff. David Kerwin, thoughts on Baby Luke versus Big Eat Man?
Well, aside from the fact that I did not want any of Gunther, who would, but apparently Jay would, because he made the decision to challenge Gunther again. I think we all kind of saw this direction coming, but it's a nice way of setting it up. Yeah,
he was eating here, eating there, eating everywhere.
Put that away. And he took out a kid. What you want from a heel? He looked like he definitely got a lot more of his heat back than in recent months. He felt dangerous again, and I like that. I hope I have high expectations for this match because WrestleMania, baby.
Whoa!
This is a legacy game for Mr. Yeet Man.
Yeah, I think it should open the conversation again, though. Because Jeff has been quick to point out on numerous occasions about, hey, who's going to tell Jey Uso that he's actually not main events in WrestleMania? And the fact that it's the first official match announced on the card.
Yeah, I've got a shirt that says WrestleMania main event Jey Uso.
Yeah. Poor boy.
I'm waiting for John Cena or Roman Reigns to come in and be like, kid, just
hold on.
You're not fucking main event, right?
It's gonna be Dwayne.
Dwayne. Cena's gonna come and say, "Fine speech." Okay, and
his bald spot's gonna fucking blind Jey Uso.
Yeah, suppose we should also just say that because of this choice, this now means that we know that the Elimination Chamber match is for a match against Cody Rhodes and the undisputed WWE Championship.
Yeah, and we'll get to that. Obviously, there is promos discussing that later. In terms of Gunther versus Jay going forward, how do we feel it's gonna be? Do we think we're just going down your Yeselmania, your Kofi Mania vibes of him getting like beaten down at every point? Is that where we're going? Because I kind of feel like that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I think it's
Gunther just beaten the day
that's
one
why I
ish
say
out.
I hope they have a good match, just because. Yeah, like I don't mind the idea. I don't mind Jey Uso being world champion, but I think beating Gunther. Yeah, I'm not on board with that. But hey, look, they do what they want. You know, until until the reactions stop being as loud as they are, I do not think the Fed cares.
Yeah, and why would they? You know, Sean thought.
If you get that pop at WrestleMania, baby.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's gonna be sick though. Like, it is gonna be sick.
Yeah.
He's gonna drop the belt the second he starts trying to yeet with it.
Oh my god! If we get a yeet special title, goddamn, give me a yeet spinner belt. That's what I want. That's what I want right now.
We know that he is absolutely the guy getting Money in the Bank cashed in on him if he wins. Yeah.
I don't know if it even goes that long. I reckon he gets a couple of months out of it.
Drops it like Punk at SummerSlam or something.
Yeah, I would think so. You know, give him a run, but I don't see him being like a long-term champion. But then again, he could turn into the best wrestler in the world in the next 3 months. Who knows? But he's over and he deserves
it. Not a long time.
Yeah, he's really yeet, man. But yeah, backstage, we go back to Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, who were obviously discussing last week when Rhea kind of cost Io the stuff. Io was like, "I'm coming for you," and Rhea's like, "All right." And it was like a very like lackluster interaction, I would say. You know, considering everything that happened, like the emotions and stuff. But both Rhea and Io were kind of just felt a bit checked out here. It was a quick little backstage, so it doesn't really matter. We'll go back to them again later.
Yeah, because there is people are not very pleased.
Yeah. But yeah, nothing really to discuss there. Next we have Liv Morgan and Rodriguez, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. Liv cuts a little promo in the break before we get into the match, where she's just saying that she's the most experienced woman in the chamber. She's been in every chamber match, blah blah blah. Raquel then cuts a promo in Spanish, which Liv translates and basically just says like, "She's unreal. I'm deadly. You are not." And in terms of the match, it was very standard what you expect from these four women, you know. Standard tag match, Judgment Day taking over the first half before the break with their heel tactics, you know, distractions, little pull out of the ropes, all that kind of good stuff. Io, obviously, clearly the standout here out of all the women. Like she is in most matches that she's in, to be fair. Does a nice little babyface fire comeback, takes him down and gets the win with the over the moonsault. So Io getting her win back on Liv, leading up to a possible match with Rhea, which does get kind of confirmed later on in the night. Grand booking. I mean, I was kind of thinking they might give her an Elimination Chamber match like at the pay-per-view, but obviously not. So yeah,
I think just most people are hoping that she pulls an Edge at No Way Out 09 and just takes someone out to get in the chamber.
Oh God, I don't see it. I would love it.
People wanted her in Rhea at Mania. I also want that. I do not want to do Liv again. Please no.
I mean, yeah. To be fair, like Io, for someone who isn't the best promo, people love her. People are over. People are hot for her when she's in there. You know,
it's the Bret Hart effect. She's so good that that's what gets her over. Yeah.
True. Sean, thoughts on the tag match and Io and Rhea and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah. Seeing Raquel Rodriguez makes me realize why Sonya Deville got released. They're 1-for-1, just one's Mexican, one's white. And obviously, you know, for inclusive reasons, you can't get rid of the Mexican one. The match itself, I don't give a shit about lesbians. I give a shit about straight women because they're valid options. The tag match itself was fine. It wasn't anything special. Liv got a good bit of fucking color during this match for some reason. But you know, fucking, if she won, it would have been a great fucking camera still. But you know, she lost, and it's a fair fuck story. And yeah, with regards to Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, I do not give a shit for it. I don't care for Io Sky. I'm sorry.
That's
She's a
fair.
great wrestler, don't get me wrong. But look, what Triple H does is book great wrestling matches. That's fine. All the fucking talent on the roster are great wrestlers. If you wanted to do that, just have 3 to 5 fucking matches every fucking show, fucking every week. And people will get tired of it because there's no character, there's no personality, there's nothing that hooks you in and fucking sinks you in the fucking promos and shit. Like, at some point, you got to start looking at the old man's booking effects of, right, we're not going to do anything for a month, but do nothing but, have words with each other. And at some point, you have to resonate with that and put it into a promo package, or people don't care for it.
Yeah.
You have to see a series of events that lead to it, as opposed to good match, good match, good match, final match.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think EO would really, really benefit from mic person, mouthpiece, like a manager. I love her. Like, don't get me wrong, I love her. It's great. But like, if they're not gonna let her cut promos in her native tongue, which I'm sure she'd be a hell of a lot better at. Not like her English is grand. Like, don't.
Yeah, people.
But like, give her a mouthpiece. Give her someone who can talk for her, and that's cool because she's badass in the ring. She's a savage competitor. Leave someone do the talking for her. I don't get why people are so against having manager mouthpieces nowadays. Like, it's cool. Have someone chat for you. That's grand. Anyway,
as long as it's not fucking Alexander Hantes.
Oh god, get him out of here, man. Get him out of here. EO says, oh fuck off. But anyways, moving on. Speaking of good promo packages being cut together and good mouthpieces, we had a KO package. Obviously recounting the package pile drive he gave and that really, really lovely car promo he gave on SmackDown, which drew you in and made you believe bloody everything he says, because he does that on the weekly. KO, obviously the package was cut between that pile driver as well as Sammy versus KO at Mania previously, the NXT feud they had. It was really nice kind of caught in there and kind of showing the story of them within WWE, not even getting into obviously the history they have before that across the indies, where they were like one of the hottest feuds that traveled around. Well, I say the hottest feuds, it was his, obviously Sammy's trainer, El Generico, who was in a feud with Kevin Steen. But Sammy obviously carrying that on into the Fed, and we respect him for it. This is going to be a banger. This is going to be a great Mania match. Thoughts on the KO and Sammy stuff? Kerwin, I'll go to you first, my friend.
Yeah, I am excited for this match. I've been waiting for them to have a proper WrestleMania match for a long time. I'm excited
since the Pirate
for it.
Mania.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Sean, how are you feeling about KO and Zayn? I know you're a resident Zayn hater, so.
Again, like, fuck it, you had Kevin Owens in just quite literally one of the hottest feuds of the fucking year. Mm-hmm. And now he's going into WrestleMania against Sami fucking Zayn.
But they have history.
Yeah, they're forever feuds.
Shit, they have history. Fucking Eugene and Triple H have history. Doesn't mean I want to see a fucking WrestleMania, okay?
Yeah, but like, you gotta admit, Zayn KO is like one of the forever feuds that most people, if not you, the majority of fans are kind of clamoring. Is Owens Zayn.
It's gonna be us in 15 years, all right? This is what it's gonna be, yeah.
Unfortunately, in that situation, I'm the fucking ginger. But guess what? I'll be the one that fucking wins, okay?
Gonna drop with Blue Thunder, like, I respect. Oh, brother. But yeah, I think everyone bar Sean is probably pretty excited for this, because Owens and Zayn obviously been two of the biggest linchpins in WWE for the last like 5 years, I would say, arguably. Sami Zayn, obviously the life of Bloodline, like the Bloodline would have been screwed without Zayn getting in there. Kevin Owens obviously been the antithesis to that and going against the Bloodline, and his stuff with Cody's been phenomenal. Most of the stuff he does is phenomenal because he's a great talent. I think they're gonna do pretty well. I think they're gonna do pretty well, and hopefully Zayn sells it a lot because they were saying that he has like spinal compression, really bad, like I don't know, vertebrae trauma or whatever kind of bollocks they were making up that he's got in the hospital. So it's time to see whether he's a pussy like Randy Orton or a beast like Cody Rhodes, and see how long it takes him to recover from the package pile driver. But yeah, after this, we got a New Day promo. New Day were with Katy Kelly. They kick her out of the interview straight away. Kofi shouts out that their success previously in the Chamber. They're showing everyone what winners look like here in Nashville. And then Bayley's entrance cuts them off. So again, continuing to not do anything since you had one of the hottest angles of the year last year. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Big E died for nothing, all right? Big E died for fucking nothing, and I hate it. Oh,
Just the fact that they mention their history in the Chamber and just like them not doing anything involved in the Chamber itself, like they won the tag team elimination chamber. Kofi had his defining career turn at Elimination Chamber in 2019.
Yeah. It's they're doing fuck all now. After they destroyed our boy Big E. Brody, thoughts on the New Day?
You know, Xavier Woods is quite good.
Fuck me. Caught that, David. But anyways, moving on swiftly, we have Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria, the Intercontinental Champion for the women's division, in an Elimination Chamber qualifier. Kick this off. Yeah, shout out to Lyra. We love you. Good stuff. Also, I don't know how that woman gets through her training sessions. I saw her Celtic Warrior workout thing the other day. My God. Like, I get CrossFit's difficult, but my man Shamo couldn't even do the warm up. He was fecked. He couldn't even do the goddamn
training, boy.
Yeah, I can't wait. My fat ass be well and truly kicked. But nice work here from Lyra. Really enjoy Lyra's like more technical stuff that she does in the ring. Bayley using her strength over Valkyria here, and Lyra coming back with nice little bridges and nice takedowns. There's a really rough sunset flip buckle bomb that Bayley did, where she caught her legs. Then there was a tornado DDT that Lyra didn't get all of, and Bayley hit it Bayley to belly for a near fall. Bayley gets a roll up into the bottom rope, which was nasty, right on the back of Lyra's neck. And then Bayley catches Lyra for a roll up for the 3, because you know she's got to be on every bloody show you tune into, even outside of WWE. If you tune into the NBA, she's there. It's National Bayley. My God, she's everywhere. But Bayley advances into the Elimination Chamber, the Chambray. How do we feel about Bayley being in yet again another opportunity for a world title? Sean?
I hope one day when she does her entrance and the Fed do those lovely statistics they like to show up on wrestlers, they show Bayley's win percentage in championship matches, because that shit is going down, and it's going down fucking quickly. We're young, timber, baby.
It is very similar to the Sasha Banks defense rate in the Fed as well.
And hey, Charlotte Flair's back.
Woo!
Yeah. Talk about someone who has the opposite end of that fucking.
Everyone agrees. No.
But yeah. So how do we feel? How do we feel actually about the state of IC? Like
it's all of the women's mid-card belts.
Yeah, but like at least Chelsea's doing something with it. Like Chelsea isn't going in every other opportunity belt. Like how do we feel about the booking of the women's IC scene?
You say that, but she has a qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, but I like Chelsea Green. Okay, I like her stuff. Like needs more character work.
Yeah, Sorry, Sean, go ahead.
I like both. I think the difference between Chelsea Green and Lyra Valkyria is Chelsea Green's a more polished product. She's been in the Fed a
Mm.
good few years. This is her second run within it. Lyra's very new to this type of audience, and she's very new to the main roster still, relatively speaking. And she's being pushed for a mid-card championship belt. She's the first inaugural champion for the women's intercontinental title. Yet she's got a career that is going to go on fucking ages. So that she decides to stay with the Fed for whatever reason. She's going to have a lot of character work between now and say 10 years from now. She's going to have a lot of fucking, her whole look is going to look completely different, right? Than the person we're seeing now. You have to let those stories happen naturally. She's a champion. She will probably get more character work the second she loses that championship.
Yeah.
And starts working towards either the world or her next fucking championship reign.
The Damien
it's what happens
Priest
with
effect.
Yeah. It's what happened with Trips. It's what happened with Damien Priest. Fucking, it makes character. It builds storylines. It gets the fans behind you again. Fucking, so they can try and say they're rooting for the underdog. But this is simply just a first. Let's see how it works. Fucking when you don't know what you're doing with it type of feel, and that's exactly what she's doing. Nothing wrong with it. Fucking, she's gonna be better at it the next time she does it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I don't want to cry heel turn, but I just really feel like she'd be really good.
Yeah,
I feel like that'll be her bread and butter. Just the way she wrestles, just I think that just her stretching people out and those holds and bridges and the I'm better than you from a technical standpoint. I'd like to see, because I think she could kill it. Like, I think she could really work that kind of character. Yes, Karen.
Speaking from seeing her work here in OTT, she's great at heel work. She is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. She is.
I can imagine.
She can make
someone who's seen her live,
unlikable person you will ever know. Beautiful.
I love to see it.
Obviously, she's not been able to do as much with her belt as Chelsea has, mainly because Chelsea's had it a little bit longer, even if 3 of their defenses were against the same person. I love you, Michin, but please stop.
Yeah, get out.
Yeah, but
get rid of it.
Yeah, like, I just feel like she lost to a roll-up, which wasn't even, like, obviously it's done to protect her, but it's just sort of like a weak sauce thing. Like, Bailey's a veteran. You can just easily make a better story of her getting outsmarted because, you know, Bailey's got more experience. It just, and, well, she's got a pin over a champion, which means even if she doesn't win the chamber, which she's not likely to, she still has an avenue for a match at WrestleMania, so you're not getting rid of her anytime soon.
Oh, I don't want Bailey Lyra. Okay. Anyways, we'll move on. So, Rob, I suppose one IC title scene, two technically another, and considering everyone involved here, bar Pete Dunne. We have Penta promo. So Penta calls out Kaiser and Pete Dunne for being cowards, attacking him from behind, and he will show them true vengeance when he has a match with Pete Dunne next week. We cut back to Ludwig Kaiser. Kaiser says that he's not going to stop till Penta is done, like he's done with everyone else. All right, Kaiser, that's a lie, but okay, I'll let you have it. I love you. Kaiser then gets interrupted by Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne says that Kaiser better pay attention to how bad he's going to beat Penta next week. Very fruity vibes from Pete Dunne and Kaiser. I feel like they're kind of courting each other. They're trying to one up each other. It's very much a pissing contest. And I, for one, am a fan of it. I would like Kaiser and Pete Dunne to do a little tag team. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
English.
And also
English and German, you know, that old rivalry.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't mind them doing tag stuff. It'd be good for Pete Dunne. It'd be the best he'd look in a while. I think them as a tag team, just being like pure technical like brutes, would be fucking delightful.
I think just
them doing faulty tower skits would be fucking brilliant.
Huh?
I think them doing faulty tower skits would be brilliant.
That would be phenomenal work, to be fair. Oh, that'd be really good though. Yeah. I'd love it.
Just 2 people who just hate each other slightly less than they hate everyone else. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, like kind of bar vibes where they hate each other, but they're both really good. And then obviously to end the segment, we have AJ and Kaiser sharing a little glance as they go by. Give me that every day of the week, mate. Oh, it's going to be a good match. Whenever they decide to go Kaiser, it's going to be delightful. But any overarching thoughts on this before we move on to the next couple of segments, guys? Sean?
Kaiser looks like Christian.
Your father is dead.
I didn't know Kaiser was Russian.
I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah. That's why we need Alex Abrahantes.
I'm currently holding in a poo.
Penta says.
Nice.
Right.
Great. Let's talk about the McAfee minute.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over this, and I'm not gonna have any to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mom. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip.
Gay.
So, Pat McAfee, if you couldn't tell from that lovely rendition, gets the crowd to chant happy birthday to Michael Cole. He also kind of shits on Nashville's sports teams, but praises them musically, which is a bit weird. And also, I hate Pat McAfee for very many reasons. But one is not the six snakeskin boots he had on. They were fucking delightful. He got there's a lot of style on this show. I gotta respect the show had a lot of drip. I respect it. After Michael Cole gets serenaded by the Nashville crowd, we head back to Alpha Academy and American Made, and also Lyra Valkyria for some reason is with the Alpha Academy. They're like her mates or whatever. So Ivy Nile comes in, rolls up on Lyra and calls her a massive loser for hanging around with the Alpha Babes. And she says it's going to be easier than she thought to take the belt off her. Lyra tells her she won't step to her in the gym, so don't step to Lyra in the ring. And then Ivy says, calm down there, Birdie. The Creeds, first of all, are going to take the tag titles, and then I'm going to come back for that IC belt. Obviously building up Ivy versus Lyra, which I assume might happen around Mania-ish, which that's tantalizing. But actually, I don't mind. I actually like Ivy's like a grand talent. And
It'd be a good defense. I don't think it's a Mania match though.
I mean, it's not going to happen in Chamber, like.
I don't think a lot of Mania matches are going to be Mania matches.
Yeah, but a quick little segment between them. Obviously, there is hints that Chad Gable is still on his excursion to learn the dark arts of Lucha Libre. We respect it. Please give me skits. I want skits. The whole reason that this was put together, hopefully, was for good comedy skits. What I want here.
Please let it be JBL.
JBL in the mask. But like honestly, like just give me some funny Chad Gable touring around learning lucha moves from people. That's all I want. Like, get
like Jimmy Wang Yang or something.
Get El Torito in here. Where's El Torito? With my boy. Oh my god. But then we cut out to the ring with AJ Styles coming to the ring. And I was really excited for this before it happened. AJ Styles comes out. Big pop for AJ from Nashville, which makes sense, you know. He's a southern boy with the Brahma strength. And ain't nobody breaking this Britain.
Of course. Nashville, of course, for about a decade was the home of TNA, and he's Mr. TNA.
He is Mr. TNA, to be fair. So Styles comes out. He says, you know, I'll be honest with you guys, I thought that it was the end of my career when I got injured 4 months ago with his ankle. He says that he really thought it wasn't going to happen for him. He thought, you know what, it's time to hang it up. But now he's back, and he's here to remind everyone that he's still the phenomenal AJ Styles. So he's happy, and then Dominic Mysterio comes out, which I will admit, I thought it was Penta at first, and I got really, really excited. And it was Dom Mysterio, and I was still kind of excited. So,
the other Mexicans.
Good shit house is Dom Mysterio. And speaking of style, my man Carlito, it's like, hey, AJ Styles and Pat McAfee were ripping on him. I respect the purple chino game, you know? I really respect it. They were calling it skinny jeans. It's not skinny jeans. My man in the chinos, looking good. Carly and Dom come out anyways. We have Dom fighting through the booze to remind everyone that if you didn't forget, the Judgment Day run Monday Night Raw, lads. Just in case you forgot from the last million times he's opened from this, the Judgment Day run Monday Night Raw. AJ says that a lot of things have changed. Showing his age, AJ shows that the dementia is setting in and says, "Where's Damian Priest? He's not here. Where's Rhea Ripley? Where's Finn Balor?" If you haven't been keeping up, AJ, 2 of them fecked off about 6 months ago. But AJ starts to shit on Carlito's sick purple chinos. So get out of here, Uncle Alan, you bastard. AJ says that he respects Dom's hard work, though. You know, really, it's hard to say, but I do. But you'll always just be Ray's punk-ass kid. And then Judgment Day try and jump AJ. AJ drops them both and stands tall at the end of the segment. Later on, we get a quick little backstage seg where AJ runs into Adam Pearce and gets a match set with him versus Dom for the coming weeks. This was lackluster. If this really is AJ's last run, come on.
At least
give me what I want.
At least give him the match with Henry.
Just give me something that isn't bloody, you know, I like Dom Mysterio, but, you know, give me AJ in like sick matches. I don't want this. Sean, I'll go to you because I was watching this live with you, and I think you're very similar in my mindset of how this segment went.
Look, I don't have any doubt in the ability of the match unless fucking AJ sprains his ankle again. But, like, the promo itself just felt like a playground insult. It wasn't fucking anything that you could bite your teeth into. It's lacking character. It was kind of just a case of, hey, I'm going to point out the obvious. Hey, I'm going to point out the obvious. And then I'm going to ask Baldy for a match backstage. Fucking, look, what I will say is, even though he wasn't the AJ I was expecting at the Royal Rumble, I'm glad to have him back. But fucking, if you're going to fucking have him on TV, fucking use him well or don't use him at all. Because the boy's getting fat. His time is expiring. Fucking, he has to get out of the ring some point soon. Fucking make it worth it.
Yeah, AJ Styles, who's in Unreal Shape, is getting tubby, according to Sean Maroney.
He looks like he ate pack.
Kerwin, thoughts on AJ and Dom?
Look, it's nice for Dom. I imagine AJ is well up for putting younger lads over, but I do want something more substantial if it is AJ's final run. Yeah. It'll be a quick match anyway.
Yeah, you'd think so. I think it's literally just I don't see it as a feud. I think it's just kind of to build AJ a little bit. I would assume we're gonna get AJ Cena at some point this year. I would hope
for the title, probably.
Would be lovely though. It's a shame though because Gallows and Anderson, so you can't bring back the beat up John Cena club, which is very sad.
Rip the OC.
I know, yeah. But moving on, we have a quick little announcement of Jay versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight title at Mania. This is where we got those lovely little cards. Next, we had a promo with Seth friggin' Rollins and Jackie Redmond. Jackie asks how Rollins feels about the Chamber lineup, his match against Balor next week, and all that good stuff. Balor gets a shit in, brother, before Finn Balor interrupts him, saying they're seeing the downfall of Seth friggin' Rollins. They all saw Seth lose to Punk and lose at the Rumble. The only thing standing in my way between Mania and a title is a man who's breaking down and falling apart. Balor's obviously, again, forgetting who he is and how his record has gone for the last few championship matches.
Finn Balor.
Rollins then puts over their history together. Obviously, whenever they're in the ring, there's going to be a barn burner. And as Maroney said last night, one of those cunts is getting injured. He then says that I'm not standing in your way, buddy. You're standing in mine. But by next week, you ain't going to be standing at all. So Rollins is going to cripple him again. Yeah, I mean, I think we all know how the match next week is going to go.
The saga of Finn Balor continues.
I don't think the badass from Bray is going to get in that Sean Bray match. Maroney, thoughts on Balor Rollins next week and the promo here with Jackie Redmond?
I hope they bring out a red title just so the fans can scream and boo over it again.
Very good. Very good. Karen, thoughts on Balor, Finn Balor versus Seth friggin' Rollins?
It's sad, just like how these two have just sort of like they're still both good, but like you're never gonna recapture that magic they had. Well, at least until Seth separated Finn's shoulder.
Yeah, and he separated the magic from the bottle. That one, like, it's just a shame because like Finn Balor, like me and Sean were talking about the influence of like AJ Styles last night when we were watching Raw. Obviously, like one of the most influential guys I think in wrestling. Period. I think that's clear to see from like everything from like moveset, in ring stuff, everything he was doing like 20 years ago is things people have like enhanced on, and you see it with your Ospreys and your Omegas and all. Finn Balor also like one of the most like impactful guys on the business. Like I feel like I say it every week, but it's really sad that like he just hasn't been get bars NXT stuff.
Yeah.
He really hasn't been given the opportunity to do bits, you know? And it's a shame. And coming to terms at the start of this year, I think it was after he came back to OTT, and then on Raw, like the next couple of weeks, I realized I was like, you know what? I really want Finn to do bits, but I'm going to the realization that it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Look,
very, very
you know, we've got other people coming up from Bray who'll be doing well. Obviously, you know, JD's from Bray. Jay is also from Bray, so that is nice for him. But he started in Bray, so there you go.
Yeah.
And you know what they say about Bray? They know how to fight.
Huh?
You know what they say about people from Bray? They know how to fight.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Stony Beaches.
From disappointing segment to disappointing segment, even A-Town down. Yay! Grayson Waller's wearing singularly latched dungarees. Please go burn them in a fire. Horrible work. They call out Sami Zayn and call him homeless, and then they shit on Sheamus, saying he is failure after failure after failure. That's enough of that. Then we get our little Styles backstage seg, where we do have a delightful little square up between him and Braun Breaker. That is phenomenal. Ooh. Give me it every day. My dogs would in fact be. But you know, yeah, I assume we're gonna do AJ on maybe Mania AJ Braun. It'd be good for AJ Styles. It'd be great for Braun Breaker.
You know, AJ has experienced pinning Steiners. You know.
He knows how to combat the mat.
The numbers don't lie. They spell disaster for you at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, but I think that's a good move if we pop Braun and AJ for Mania. I think it's a good match. Good draw. I'll be happy about it. If you're not going to do Sheamus, if you're not going to give the belt to Sheamus, like
I think they are. I think this is going to happen in Chamber and Sheamus.
I don't know. I've given up on them. They've teased me for the last 5 years.
Yeah, but like they're really just sort of like hammering it home, like as in recent.
Yeah, I suppose. Like I suppose either or for Braun, I think it'd be a good fit.
Yeah, I don't think Braun's keeping that belt. Yeah.
You're really adding to it.
Look, like, what do you expect me to do? Fucking Braun looks jacked. It will be fun for the first time. It won't be fun after 5 months of it every week on television and 20 skinny men. But fucking, you know,
skinny fat men.
You know what? You're right, Jeff. Kerwin being added to the mix will make it so much more entertaining. Kerwin, I have high faith in you now. If you don't make sure this feud is a fucking classic, I'm telling your dad.
I will try my best.
Yeah, your dad is going to be told like.
Don't tell him, please.
Not the
Well,
dollar.
I wouldn't want to receive a slap off him now.
Ah, no. Big man.
To be fair, fucking,
Big strong
he's a
man.
big mean York. Fucking, he could fight anyone. He could take your dad. He could take 10 of your
My dad's
dads.
a
He
lovely
can.
fighter.
Fucking,
My dad would be known for no chat. He is known for having
Tara's
heavy.
dad.
My dad is a fan of having heaters and getting it in the ring. But enough about my dad and your dad and everyone's dad. Moving on to the Creeds versus the War Raiders for the Tag Team Championships.
Which I'm sure they're someone's dads.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, 4 beefy boys having beefy boy fun. You have your power versus power stuff. Creed's obviously, and the War Raiders kind of mirror selves in that they're both teams of big men who shouldn't move the way they move, which is kind of being defeated of the purpose these days.
War.
I am so sick of fucking big boys getting in the bed. He shouldn't be able to move like that. Michael Cole, you've been commentating on this for like over 20 years at this point. Why does it still shock you the big lads are able to move like that? You should be completely fine with it. Stop the nonsense.
You're gonna
Stop the
hate
mess.
when I get in the ring, man.
I want big beefy boys to just be big beefy boys sometimes. You know? You don't need to be doing your cartwheels and your bloody moonsaults. It's cool, but like it's overdone. I'm sick of it now.
Yeah, but at the same time, if Khali returned and did a fucking cartwheel in the mirror,
that'd be sick though. That man's big. He's tall. He is pretty.
Yeah, pull back the curtain slightly. Cartwheels is one of the roles you're supposed to do at the start of every class. I can do them. Barely, but I can do them.
Do one now. Do one on video right now. Cartwheel.
There's like
cartwheel for the viewers.
I can't even move
do it.
Here.
Do it. Insert a clip. Do it in your garden after this.
If Speed can fucking do a backflip and this desk is in front of him, you can do a cartwheel.
But anyways, back to the 4 beefy boys, and not just the beefy boys on this podcast. It was some nice back and forth stuff between the 4 men. I did get sidetracked in the elementary education we got of famous scientists between Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. Pat McAfee getting them all wrong because he was like blazed off his head, and Michael Cole correcting him at every point, which I respected. Michael Cole showing that he paid attention in 3rd grade. Good man. Maggle indeed. There was a nice hot tag to Ivar where he dropped both Creeds, body slams. He was ending it with a nice Bronco buster, getting the war chants into what the crowd were getting into them. Ivy distracts Ivar then, allowing Julius Brutus to hit a superplex into a moonsault combo for a near fall. And then Julius says, fuck it, and clocks Ivar with the belt, and then Brutus clocks Eric with a belt for good measure. I assume they're going to get a rematch at some point after the DQ finish, but a little Triple H special. Screwing the fans out of what they want to see in a title match. Free TV. Classic promoter bollocks. Maroney, thoughts on Creeds versus War Raiders for your favorite men on the roster? I am sure.
I zoned out during even talking about them to the point it made me realize something. Just from myself. Ziggy, turn the lights red. Fucking useless.
So now that you've attempted to get your setup right and failed, Kerwin, your thoughts on the Big Beefy Boys tag match?
A good match. Mm-hmm. Very deflating ending. I assume we're getting a rematch for this, but just why? I would just like to. Oh, it worked eventually.
You bitch.
The highlight. I would just like to point out. I watched the highlights of this, like right before I joined, just to reacquaint my mind with what I saw last night. There was segments and matches that have minutes upon minutes spent on them. This match is 10 seconds, and it's Julius getting shoved into the LED. That is all that the WWE thinks fans will care about from this match.
Fair enough. That's your takeaways. Good stuff. At least the belts aren't on the Judgment Day. Speaking of the Judgment Day, we then retire to the Judgment Den, where Finn is given out to Dom and Liv. Like, oh, you're useless, all this, that, and the other. Then Dom reminds him that Liv is actually qualified for the chamber. Raquel's gonna qualify. They're gonna get a tag title shot. What have you done, mate? Finn says, well, I'm gonna win next week as well. He's gonna beat Seth, gonna enter the chamber, become world champion at Mania, and he also denounces the idea of adding any new members or anything like that. The boys are like, oh, why don't we bring in a new member? We've been lacking since JD's been out. And Finn's like, well, why is JD out, huh? Your fault. And all this. You know, cracks ever showing in the Judgment Day. But don't forget they do run Monday Night Raw or whatever about earlier. Next, we get the second part of Rhea backstage with Io. Rhea says on the Raw after Elimination Chamber, it's going to be Io versus her for the women's title. Not because she owes Io anything, but because she wants to have that match. So Rhea's going to retain there. Shock horror. And then we get on to the next kind of interesting stuff where we have like Mussolini and Kennedy. It's CM Punk in the WWE. Punk comes out and he says, look, I talk a lot. Sometimes I talk too much. And evidently I did that when I didn't win the Rumble. But my future is still right there. Punk puts over Cena as a legend and he can call a shot when he wants, as he deserves to. But don't get it twisted. You're not going to see the Punk you saw in the Rumble. I'm going to beat your old ass to a pulp. So we're going to get Punk versus Cena in the chamber, I would assume. That's going to be really nice when we get a lot of that. Punk then says about the other entrants. Drew McIntyre already beat Drew in a cell. Imagine what I'm going to do to him in the chamber, which is nice stuff there. At the end of the day, Punk says that he will win the chamber. And finally, Punk points at a sign that we can actually see, proving that he's got off the drugs. Fair play to him. He says 2 words, 3 syllables. See, Punk. And then Logan Paul comes out. Logan interrupts Punk, where Punk says on mic, I didn't even know whose music that was, which Pat agrees with on commentary. Paul then reminds Punk that he was the one who threw him out at the Rumble, and it was the best 15 minutes of fame Punk's had in his entire career. He had his number in the Rumble, and he will have his number at the Chamber too. So Paul putting it over. Paul, like, it's weird. I noticed it more here. I think it's because of how natural Punk is in terms of promos. Paul's very performative. It's very noticeable. Like the way he delivers lines, very much like it kind of grated on me here, where it's like he's just
content creator.
No, but you know what I mean. Like it's proper. Like it's pronounceably like scripted. Like it's very noticeable, which is fine because realistically he's still within his first year in the business if you count up all the dates he's done, so like it's still like technically he's still a rookie, right? But it just came across a lot more prominent and prevalent here that Paul is like super performative. But Punk ends off then the promo, and he says, I would have mentioned you earlier about being in the chamber qualifiers. I'll be honest, I forgot you were even in them. He says to worry about the number that you pulled tonight, though, because you didn't pull mine. You pulled 619. Never in chance allowed. He was like, but you know what? If you get past Ray and pin him and get to the chamber, then I'll just put your ass to sleep there. And he ends the promo. He kind of daps up Ray as he's going to the back, and Ray comes out. Thoughts on this little Punk seg before we move on to the main event?
Considering what it could have been, it was very tame. I think Punk could have absolutely buried Paul in every fucking fiber of his being. But it's a kid's product at the end of the day, and murder is not allowed on television.
Kids are who he appeals to anyway, so. Scammer. Film people in the forest. General nuisance to humanity.
Look, I'm not going to give out to the man because he filmed a dead person in the forest. I'm going to give out to somebody because he put it on the internet.
in the forever words of Hulk Hogan, I shouldn't have said that on camera, brother.
Yeah, that's something you said to the boys. Be like, dude, I fucking.
No, it's not something you said to the boys.
like
If you stumble across a dead body, what the fuck is the first thing you're doing besides calling the authorities? You're calling the boys and you're going, lads, you won't fucking believe this.
Yeah, I'll tell the boys. I'm not going to be like, send this to the boys.
It'd be some Snapchat story, though, now, wouldn't it?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's a private story, job, lad. What are you talking?
Yeah. You're just like,
No! No!
No.
Oh, dear God. Kerwin, thoughts on Paul and Punk on the stick.
Yeah, you know, Punk, as to be expected, run laps around him on the mic. I was a little distracted because, as I'll get into the match later, both the lads, their hairs are starting to go, which, you know, for Punk, who's nearly 50, fair enough. He's kept it going for a while. Fair play to him. For Logan, who's not even 30,
that's all the peroxide, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, as soon as he takes that headband off, you know, it's probably the headband as well, because it's pulling his hair back. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's probably not good for the out hair.
The Adam Cole problem.
Oh God, yeah. Let's not even get into that. Adam Cole. Oh God. But yeah, then we get on to our main event, which is the Elimination Chamber qualifier between Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio. Obviously, these guys, a lot of history. Paul's first match in the Fed was the tag match with Miz against the Mysterios, where they beat them at Mania. He also took the belt from Rey, the United States Championship. And he's a known big fan of Dom Mysterio, which Paul puts over in his little promo pre the match. Obviously, while the ads are going across the pond, we get little extra bits. This is one of them. Paul cuts a promo calling Rey the second best Mysterio around and reminding everyone that he was rich and famous before he got here. And he does this for the love of the industry. He then says that he loved taking the title from Mysterio before, and he can't wait to take his spot at Elimination Chamber from him. This was noticeably less performative by Paul. I assume this wasn't as heavily kind of scripted for him. It felt a lot more natural. He shouted out Dom Mysterio,
a dick, which is what he's good at. It's the only thing he's
good at. Like he was being a dick in the Punk stuff, but the Punk stuff was a lot more regimented. It felt like, at least. This stuff came off more natural here. Which was
like, he's pretty MAGA. I think he just hates these kinds of people.
I thought he was a bit woke. Is he
no. He's very MAGA. He's very MAGA.
I'm sure
he was in a pair of films which are just essentially Trump propaganda.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Logan. I guess you ain't woke, bro. Apologies.
It's not dark woke.
Anyways,
that's me.
But anyways, so for the match, nice stuff here. Nice stuff. You can see Logan is slowly transitioning from the heavily practiced matches. You can feel it in this one. This one he felt a little bit out of depth at points. You could see it in his performance, but it's good. You know, you gotta get into the rhythm here. You gotta get your reps in. You gotta fucking, you know, this is how you get better. Logan was using his size and Mysterio using his speed and experience. Some lovely lucha things from Mysterio. He gets on top, hits a nice tornado. Paul gets back on top with a lovely breaststroke fallaway slam, though. You know, like, it's kind of boosted most of his stuff from Hanger. But like, you know, if there's anyone you're going to copy off, Hanger's not a bad one to copy off. We then get Mysterio gets slid outside, kind of that belly slide that people do with Mysterio, but he rolls through it. And he gets to on the other side, hits Logan a few times, but then Logan gets to drop him on a barricade to get back on top. There's more back and forth stuff. Logan hits a really nice rolling senton and a lion salt, but Mysterio then drops him with a tilt-a-whirl DDT. It goes for a 619, but a boot from Paul stops him right in his tracks. There was a nice sit-out powerbomb by Rey for a near fall. And then the ending, really enjoyed this. This was really nice stuff. Paul gets a lucky right, followed by it's like a release back suplex into a DDT. It's fucking clean as. It was delightful. Really, really good stuff. Really different, which they call the Paulverizer. Love that. That's very good. And then post-match, we get a beatdown from New Day on Rey as we go off air. But yeah, a solid solid TV main event. Paul advances to the chamber, which we all kind of saw coming. Guys, well, I get up the kind of at the minute standings of the chamber matches. What were your thoughts, Sean? Thoughts on the main event and all that from Logan and Ray?
You know me. I love my boy Mysterio. You know me. I love my boy, the Japan sensation. Shinsuke Nakamura's worst nightmare. Logan, the Mayweather beater, Paul. Yeah, no, look, it wasn't a bad match by any way, shape, or form. I think the thing that like resonated with me most last night was me and Jeff made a joke. I went to bed before this. I said to him, I was like, "Oh, we've got 3 former WWE champions qualified for the Elimination Chamber. We know that they're going up against Cody. We know we have Seth versus Balor next week, and we know that Seth's going to win that because, of course, he will." And then there was the irony in, yeah, but Ray's losing tonight to fucking Logan Paul.
Yeah.
And it's annoying in that aspect to me because, like, Ray deserves so much more. But Ray is quite literally, if there's anyone who could say he's walked the walk and talked the talk of putting over newer generation wrestlers, it's that fucking boy.
Yeah, Ray's been doing the work.
He's doing that for a decade now.
Yeah.
And he's fucking done well at it too.
Over everyone Lucha Underground as well.
Fucking, it is what it is. I'm not surprised by it. Fucking, it was fine. Probably shouldn't have been main event, but fucking, it is what it is. You could have easily done like Jey Uso and Gunther's segment as the like main event promo, and it probably would have meant a bit more to the fucking show. But here we are.
Logan Paul's the big star. They want the ratings.
To be fair, he did look fucking pretty good in the match. I can't lie. Like you can shit on Paul all you want, and then he gets in there, guy. You bastard.
Yeah, I won't shit on his athletic ability. I'll just shit on him as a person.
Yeah, but the character Logan Paul is phenomenal. We separate the art from the art.
Gets too into character all the time. That's absolutely
bad. He's method, all right. Leave him be. What were your thoughts? How did you find it?
Fun match. Again, don't want Logan Paul win, but I know the score. There's big social media impressions. Fine, don't really give a shit. Yeah, good stuff.
All right, very nice. And so before we close off the show for the day, we'll just have a quick look at Elimination Chamber and how that's shaping up. So the 2 matches, 2 chamber matches, we have 4 out of the 5 for both.
I hope you're ready. It's time for the quiz.
4 out of 6, sorry. No, quiz. Hold on with the quiz. Wait, are you actually doing a quiz today?
No, we're not doing more on Mania today.
I was worried there. But yeah, so women's, we have Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Bayley announced, obviously 4 former women's champions in their own right. And for the men's, we have Punk, Cena, McIntyre, and Logan Paul. 3 out of the 4 of them are former world champions, and Logan Paul, obviously, US champion. How are we feeling about the lineups and how they've shaped up, and how do we feel about going forward, and who's left to go into the chamber?
Ron, Damien, and not Drew. Jacob will be a fucking great match. I think Jacob in the Elimination Chamber would be phenomenal to see. However, you pointed out that if they did that, he has to get pinned, which is probably not the way to go about it. I don't see him winning the triple threat in that instance, but I don't see him being the one taking the pin. Fucking
Braun is, I reckon.
Yeah, but we'll see how it goes. It's shaping up nicely. It kind of it's one of those fucking victory laps the Fed like to do every now and again, where they've loaded fucking matches with a bunch of stars you want to actually see in a match, and when you're kind of going, it's still a good lineup, but it's not who I wanted. It's when fucking they've got a good few people on their hands to which they could do this with if they wanted to.
Yeah, the depth is certainly there, and like there's pros and cons of putting Jacob in. Like obviously, the pro is he gets to rub shoulders with some of the greatest talent they've got. Like
He breaks the fucking chamber.
but like, I think it'd be really good exposure for him. But it depends on whether you want to have him visually pinned yet, and I don't think they want to do that with here.
You're saving that till Mania at the very earliest.
Oh, don't even pin him at Mania. You can put him whatever.
Right,
But like,
so, yeah. Who's the other match? Do we know? For the last
Rollins Balor.
Ah, okay.
Monday.
I thought they were both triple threats for whatever reason, but
SmackDown are doing triple threats, which I've enjoyed. Triple threats on SmackDown.
I think it's a good feel. It's obviously very star-studded, as you want to do when this man's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Granted, the last time he won it, he lost. So
I don't even see him winning it here. I'll be honest. He could do. But
I think he will. I think they're gonna do Cena Cody.
I think they are too, but I really want Punk and Cody.
Yeah,
really
they're not gonna do it.
They're not.
The thing is with Cena and Cody is who do you turn heel?
Punk.
That's what I was
Punk
thinking.
heel. Yeah.
Oh, but no. Cena and Cody.
Cena and Cody.
Oh no, I would say Cody. Yeah.
You'd have to. You can't turn Cena heel on his last.
Yeah, no, you can.
Nah, they're not going. Nah, it'd fall flat. The time to turn him heel was like
2011
when he
lost to The Rock.
Yeah, like that was the time to do it. I don't think they're even going to turn Cody heel though. I reckon they just do a straight up face versus face if they do Cody Cena. That's why I don't find it as tantalizing as the idea of Punk Cody. I think that's like that's mega.
They're gonna do Piper Brett. Yeah. That sort of like
Evan.
No, they're gonna do that storyline where Cena, he's cheating to try and get the win, then he realizes what he's doing, and that's what allows Cody to win. Crisis of conscience, that stuff. I don't like as much as I'd like the chase. I think they're just gonna have Cena win and then win the 17th, get it over with. Mania.
I don't think it would work with Cena as much, considering he's someone who's literally AA'd someone into a big light bulb.
He did do that to someone. That is very true.
Wabadoo. Yeah, but should we go to the women's one?
Yeah. So women's match is obviously Monday Night Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Bayley at the minute. A solid lineup. I don't know in terms of anyone in there at the minute. I'd like to see Alexa, I suppose, take the win, but that's because I'm an Alexa boy,
There's two choices here.
It really does depend
safe
on
ones, and nobody wants to see them, but they're likely.
Well,
Alexa, it's Chelsea or not Chelsea, Bianca and fucking Liv, yeah.
Yeah, but it also depends where you go, because it depends on who Charlotte picks. So did they do the rubber match with Rhea or they do Tiffy, which I would prefer Tiffy. But so say she goes Tiffy, it's who's going up against Rhea, and there was the rumors of Belair versus Rhea for Mania. That'd be big in terms of star power.
Defeat the streak.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be good. But again, there is always the loop situation.
Becky,
please, no, don't do it. I like Liv Morgan, but I like her where she is at the minute. Don't put her back there. Please. Is Becky coming back? Are the other two matches announced for the women?
I don't know.
I think one of them is. Yeah.
Okay. Have a quick Google there, Kerwin, while we talk about Becky.
Yeah.
I'm worried, boys, before we end the show.
Okay. Why are you worried?
I have a strong suspicion that if Orton misses out on this Mania, the boy's actually legitimately injured again.
Oh yeah, because he's not going to come back for Owens. Like
Like,
that was the thing we were thinking. And Owens ain't it? Yeah, ooh, yeah, ooh.
like you're on about someone who's missed the past like fucking good few.
He's really selling the pile driver, and it wasn't even a package one.
All right.
That's crazy.
Tell us your insider knowledge.
All right. So the two matches that will determine the last two entrants are Chelsea Green versus Naomi. I assume Chelsea Green.
Naomi. No, fuck, no, not Chelsea Green. Naomi.
And Roxanne Perez versus Raquel Rodriguez. So Roxanne's getting in there. Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be nice. Yeah, Roxanne be good.
So,
I reckon you put Naomi over Chelsea though.
Yeah, set that up for the US Championship.
I want Naomi to just get in the title match and actually win the belt when she wins the match. That's all I want. All I want from Triple H. I want him to give me a title match where Naomi wins and refuse to be given the belt.
He doesn't see talent.
Justice for Naomi, all right? She's a member of the bloodline, you bastard. Treat her with some goddamn respect.
Our one tribal chief.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. I think Chamber's gonna shape up to be a decent old event. Decent old event. Give it to CM Punk. Give me CM Punk.
I disagree. I have 2 tag matches.
What? Wait, what?
I disagree. It's going to have 2 tag matches.
What tag match? Oh, is it gonna have both tag titles on there?
I don't fucking know, but no one Triple H, it probably will.
Bring back Awesome Truth and bring The Rock in and take Cena out of the chamber, and we can Awesome Truth versus The Rock and Cena connection all over again, and everyone can be happy about it.
Wow. Bring back Honesty Jones and tag him with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No. Stop this.
Next time.
I didn't even hear what you said. But anyways,
say it again.
That seems like as good a place to end as any. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're still here for your sins, thank you very much. We would love it if you are restless like ourselves for more wrestling content. Follow us on all our socials. Everything will be down in the description below. We have our socials content coming out mostly on TikTok. You got your Instagram Reels and your Shorts as well. Long form content. We'll have these weekly show reviews as well as paper reviews, as well as some OG original content coming out. Your tribalist chief David Kerwin is going to be having his Kings of the Indie series, where we'll be taking a look at different indie stars and how they got their start and their kind of career passage through there. He'll be having a meta commentary on Jack Perry, the Scapegoat, coming as well. We have some top 10 lists that should be coming out. We'll start pumping them out at some point because we are a wrestling channel for white men, and that's kind of what we do. Then for myself, I will be doing a Bray Wyatt retrospective on the career and life of my boy Wyndham. Shout out the GOAT. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Boys, any last minute words? Maroney, to you first to send the people home semi-happy.
After the Elimination Chamber, these 3 numbskulls will compete for the finest prize this channel has to offer. My validation. They will go 1-on-1 in the next episode of Moron Mania in an undisclosed category of wrestling knowledge. What is on the line? Pride, victory, redemption, succession. And for Luke, probably just being upset again. Folks, tune in whenever it comes out. I don't have a set date yet, but it's in the works. I can't wait to torture these boys with the knowledge they do not know.
Yeah, that is our trivia show that I did space on. That is the first one should be coming out at some point. Whenever
it'll be out before the Rumble review.
There we go. It'll be out very soon, folks. And it was a lot of fun. It was Brony tortured us with trivia, but we'll see who came out on top, who didn't. If you can't tell from how we talked about Luke there. David, any thoughts, any plugs, anything to do before we send the people home?
I would just like to say thank you for watching. Enjoy the wrestling you love, because wrestling should be fun. And I'm happy. Just remember, it's never over. You can always win a world championship. Shouts out to my boy, Hiroki Goto. Sean?
Hey, Sean has his fucking moment.
All
Fuck
right.
that.
Sorry.
Anyways,
I knew you were
ladies,
happy. I knew you were gay. Fuck off. I'm telling
ladies,
you.
so, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, thank you for tuning in for Best Served Raw podcast. I would just like to tell everyone to take care, toga buggy, have a lovely evening, and we'll see you in the next one. See you later, lads. Take care. Slodge it.